We're back at the old Pullman post office checking out Paradise Creek Brewery. It's a casual brew house that serves creative and delicious food that pairs well with its array of locally crafted beer. Today we're hopping in the kitchen to make a curried lentil burger, but first, Chef Chris Agason prepared a couple lentil-based dishes to show us how lentils can be prepared so many different ways. What's in this?
This is a lentil soup. It's pretty much only made with like 4 or 5 things. There's pork sausage, onions, celery, brown lentils, and some vegetable stock. And then, of course,
delicious.
Seasoning. Yep. Lentil soups is kind of the more ubiquitous things made with lentils, and it's super easy.
Looks delicious. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, that's delicious. That's hearty.
Thank you. Yeah, it is, and it makes a very good, very thick, dense soup.
Yeah. So, lentils good for soup.
Yep.
And then you have this plate here.
Yeah, and that's a lentil dip, almost a hummus or maybe kind of a bean dip. Once lentils are cooked, they'll have a texture similar to garbanzo beans or chickpeas. And so just in a food processor with some cilantro and peppers and onions and some spice, and you get yourself a hummus pretty much.
And so easy.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean.
I'm gonna have another bite.
Go for it.
I need to have my energy before we make the patties.
Yeah.
The first step is to cook our lentils.
We like to cook our lentils a little bit al dente, so they'll be a little more firm, because when we make them into a patty, we're gonna work them pretty well. So if you overcook them, it'll kind of turn into a little more of a mush.
When you cook lentils, do you have to kind of cook them with something that has some flavor to it?
Yeah, I mean, lentils on their own taste pretty much of nothing.
Kind of
so,
bland.
I mean, the best thing to do is to cook them with a vegetable stock or a chicken stock, or even if you're making a soup, to start off by, sauteing up some sausage or some other, kind of fatty protein, and then adding your lentils to that, and they'll take in a lot of the flavor.
We combine the lentils with some red onion, pepper, fresh thyme, an egg, and some breadcrumbs, and mix them all together.
The last part is kind of the trickiest part, because we're going to add flour to it to make it more or less a dough. But the problem with it is there's not a real good measurement. Because sometimes the lentils will be a little wetter than other times.
What are you looking for then when you
Well,
mix it
we'll be
up?
looking for the consistency, because we want it to be kind of firm but not crumbling. It's going to be more or less a dough once we're done with it. So we're just going to kind of work the lentils, break them up a little bit, point where it's about ready, and it looks crumbly now, but that's good too, because we don't want it to be too wet.
So it'll stick together.
Yeah, it'll stick together, but it'll still be kind of wet to the touch.
Once it's the right consistency, it's time to form our patties.
Nice thing is that these, unlike a burger patty, they're not going to shrink.
I love that part.
Yeah, so we're going to want to make this pretty much to the exact size as your bun. And you can go ahead and hit them with some olive oil and throw them on the grill. But the way we like to do it is we like to fry it in a pan, because
so then it gets really crispy.
Everything's a little bit better fried.
Everything's better fried.
So we're going to put ours in the pan and fry it up like that.
Then we fry our patties in some hot oil for a few minutes on each side.
Have a normal Kaiser roll bun. This is the curry that we make.
So now what goes into this?
Just like a mayonnaise based. A bunch of curry powder, lemon juice, lemon zest, some paprika, and just a little bit of cayenne.
That sounds really good. We spread our curry aioli on the bun, followed by our burger fixings, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and red pepper.
You can pretty much top it with anything. Cheese, bacon, if that's your thing.
Then it's time for the best part. Let's see if I can actually take a bite here without having it spill all over the place. That is so good. And the aioli adds a spice to it. I love everything that you made today.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.